What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome if you are new. Hope all is well. Hope everybody is staying blessed and not stressed. Don't forget to shop my website at www.you'vegotnails.myshopify.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell notification button so that way you can stay up to date on all the crazy nail work that we do over here at You Got Nails. So today I decided I wanted to do some Kill Bill volume, whatever, one or two, whichever one is your favorite. I wanted to do some Kill Bill nails, but I also wanted to incorporate SZA because of the Kill Bill song that she has. So the first thing I want to do is get those nails even, and I did decide to go with curved nails because I haven't done them in a little minute. So yeah. And also I wanted to show y'all that I was using Glam and Glitz today as far as acrylic, and usually I use dynamic nails or some acrylic from my local nail supply. So this was definitely not what I was used to, but um, it was also cold this last week, and we were supposed to get snow in Texas, but thank God it did skip Houston, so I didn't have to worry about that. But it was still very much cold. And to be honest with you, cold and acrylic just don't mix at all. And then on top of that, like me using an acrylic that I never really use, on top of being cold, that's just not it. But I still made it work. And as y'all know, I do minor work when it comes to my press ons, but everybody else's be A1, steak sauce. But for mine, I just be like, I'm probably gonna wear these once, maybe twice, and never wear them again. But I also started making a hat. I saw a hat everybody was like sending to me, like, oh girl, you need to try this. And I made a hat. So now I think I'm gonna just start doing like extra stuff with my leftover nails, like making the hats, the diaries, or like letting my clients order them or whatever like that. Cause why just throw them away and let them go to waste? Put it to use, do something. So for the second nail, I kind of did get it together. I put my heater on and I tried to get my temperature right in my room. And I worked with the bead a little bit better, but also, like I said, I don't usually work with this acrylic. So it was still like a little bit of a challenge, but we got it done for the most part. And to be honest, y'all, this was my first holiday like actually doing people's nails. So I thought I was gonna post way more content and I did not. So my Christmas sets are not what they needed to be, but hopefully I can make up for it for Valentine's Day and really get y'all in the mood and going and give y'all like some inspo on what you can possibly do around Valentine's Day. And if I'm being honest, I think that this is like the perfect set to start off Valentine's Day with. Like, I just killed my egg. Not the best idea. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway. So we're gonna file the nails. You can do like minimal filing when if they yours, if you're not doing it for a client, just don't stress yourself out. As y'all can see, I was all over the place this day, but I'm really just trying to get better at my content. And I know I'm not the best sometimes, but hey, I do what I can and I teach y'all what I do know. Okay, so that's the important part to me is, giving the world what I learned and teaching people, things that nobody has taught me. So for this first nail, I am gonna go in with black from Beatles, and then the second nail, because I didn't know what I was gonna do yet, I just put the base coat. So I'm just showing you how I did that. And then for the pointer finger, I did do it yellow because I want to get some tiger stripes in there. And the pinky nail, I also did yellow. And then I'm starting to just like kind of create like this paint splatter effect. So for the paint splatter, I decided I would just put like dots here and there. And then I would just like smudge those dots around to give it that effect. And because we don't want a muggy nail, we're going to put that in the lamp for 60 seconds while we work on the next nail. So the nail that I did black, I'm going to just do a bunch of smiley faces all over the nail. And you can use a dotting tool for this, but I did prefer to do mine like this. That way I can kind of just control the size and the amount a little bit better. Also, when I do designs like this, I do tend to keep it in the lamp for a 2 minute time frame just because, that's a lot of polish and it could possibly not cure. So after I got that back in the lamp, I went back in with some red Beatles polish to continue on with the paint splatter, put it back in the lamp for 60 seconds, and then I started to go in with my smiley faces. And for my smiley faces, I did start off using a dotting tool, and then I went in for the actual smiles with a, small liner brush. You can also do the smiles with the dotting tool. So if you don't want to overthink it, then just use the dotting tool. One thing that my clients have taught me over the last year is to not overthink things and just do the dang on design because they be rushing me. And what I've learned is most of the time it's going to come out cute regardless, especially if you're a natural. Now, if you're not a natural, you can become a natural. Like, that's something that, like, once you've done it with so much practice, like, you're going to get it right. Okay. So unfortunately, I did not get me doing the face in here. I don't know how I skipped that, y'all. Like I said, I'm trying to get better with my content, but I did want to show y'all the shape of the face, which is why I'm showing y'all how I did that second layer of gel polish. Now, when I first started, I used to use actual polish to do my designs, y'all, and it was terrible. It was literally terrible because I used to literally use like actual polish and it dries so fast. So make sure you use a gel polish. Moving on, I did want to get just the base for where I wanted to place the eyes at, and to me that's like one of the hardest parts. So I like to just kind of like get it over with because once you got the eyes, you can pretty much just move on and do the rest. Now, my reference drawing was more like action cartoonish, so the eyes are going to be more of like a square instead of like that normal shape that you see for like portraits. I am hoping to get better with portraits this year as far as on nails. I could do them on a canvas all day, but having such a small space makes me jittery as heck. Okay. So I am working on that. Hopefully we can get there this year. You guys will have an entire year. That's my grace period for myself. If I can't get it within a year, I don't want to do it. But nah, seriously. So after you get the eyes, you're gonna start to go in with the thicker part for the eyeliner, and then we're gonna go back in and fill the eyes in. Just make sure you curing between each step, and you can always go in and fix something if you messed it up. As y'all can see me doing here, I did the lines a bit thick, so I'm just going over the black with the white a little bit, and you might have to do it once or twice, maybe even 3 times, but it's definitely worth it in the end. After I am done doing the eyes, I'm going to put that in the lamp for another 60 seconds and then I'm going to begin to start on the nose. So to get my starting point for the nose, I always see where it lines up with the eyes at, and that is where I usually go in at for people who are beginners to drawing. That should be a small little tip that should help. I'm going to go on the other side and do the same thing, and then I'm going to just do dotting motions. That way I can get the nostrils going, and then I'm going to move on to the lips after I cure this for 60 seconds. Now, with the lip, you do want to give it a little bit of distance from the nose, but not too much. And then, of course, you want to have some space near the chin as well. And I do want to let y'all know I did erase a couple of times, so don't think that I'm just perfect or that I got it all figured out because I don't. But I like tend to like be an overachiever, so I will do things over and over until I can get it right. Which y'all see me doing a little fix here, and I really wanted to show y'all this because I feel like it can motivate somebody. So I did end up extending the chin area, and then I went in a line, you know, like the line over the eye. I did that so I can get a little bit of eyeshadow going in a little bit later. And also, while I was doing this, I noticed that I would need a little bit more forehead space in order to get the eyebrows in. So I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds and then I'm going to extend the forehead. The one thing about doing extensions for your characters, like their chin or their face, arms, whatever, you do have to go in with a pretty decent layer to kind of catch up with the rest of it. And then you have to also blend it into the old layer. After I'm done doing this, I'm gonna begin to go in with the eyebrows, and they are a bit close to where the eyeshadow was, but I wasn't tripping about that because I was just proud to even get as far as I did. Okay, I did the eyebrows like 3 times. Again, I used to be an artist, so I am used to being a little bit more realistic with the eyebrows, and I had to kind of like dim it down a little bit because I was doing too much. So anyway, there was like this little line for like her smile line over her nose. I guess just to kind of like give the cartoon some depth. So I did that, and then I also went in for the shading of the neck. The shading of the neck is very important because you want to keep that shape of the chin so that way you don't change the whole shape of the face. And at this point, I'm just going in with some more shadows around the eyes, the side of the face, the cheeks, and things of that nature just to give it a little bit more depth so it's not a flat cartoon. And for this color, I did go in with a little bit of burgundy, just to darken up the original color. So I mixed that and the burgundy. Okay, so now I'm going to go with the hair and I'm going to use a super dark brown. So with any portrait, I like to go with the shape of the hair first and then you can add in all the extras after you are done. So that's what you're seeing me do here is going with the shape of the hair and then I'm going to go back in and fill it all in. So what I'm doing here is I do want to create space for the collar of her shirt, her arm. So I'm going to go ahead and get the shape of her arm, the collar, and the rest of her shirt. So what you're seeing me doing now is I'm just gonna go in with the part and I'm gonna start to create like these little bitty dots here for the hairline. And of course, I'm gonna finish up the rest of the shapes of the hair and go ahead and fill in. Now that I have filled in all the hair, I'm gonna go back in on her outfit and I'm just gonna turn it into like a mustard yellow. So I know that my camera kept getting blurry. I kept forgetting to focus the camera before I started the video, but I'm just gonna go in with my edges and then of course my lip color. I'm not gonna lie, I questioned the lips at first because I was like, this might be a bit, it made her look old. I was like, I don't know about that. But I mean, that was the color in the picture, so I just kept it and I just kept pushing. But anyways, after you do this, you're just gonna cure it for another 120 seconds, and then you're gonna go in with the outline either in black or that color of the lips mixed with black. You are then going to use a dotting tool to complete the eyes, and of course she's looking to the side, so you want to put the eyes in the corner. After you cure that for another 60 seconds, you're going to go in with the white for the nose. For the middle, it's going to be like a highlight, and then the very top of the nose, and then you're also going to go back in just to kind of get those little dots in the eyes. Now, I did go in with the eyeshadow. I forgot all about that part, so yeah, don't want to skip that. But anyway, I'm gonna mix the brown color for the hair with a little bit of white, and then we're gonna go in and kind of highlight the hair to show that it's curls. So after I finished with that nail, I decided for my pointed finger, I no longer wanted to do it black. I wanted it to be yellow. So I went ahead and painted the entire nail yellow and I put it in the lamp for 60 seconds. If ever y'all see my video skip a little bit, it's maybe because some of it was blurry, but I'm working on that for y'all. I'm just really trying to learn how to take my time with having all these kids, okay? So moving on, I'm gonna go back into my smiley face nail and add more smiley faces. And then also I'm gonna start to work on the other design for my other hand because at first I wasn't gonna do another hand, but I was like, nobody's gonna know who this is, so maybe I should do a nail that says Kill Bill. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in the lab and I'm gonna work on that off camera and I'm gonna go back to my tiger stripes. So for my tiger stripes, I'm gonna go in with one of my liner brushes and I'm gonna try to get them as small as possible so I can have as many as possible because I don't like the big tiger stripes like that anymore. That was like my beginner tiger stripes. So as y'all can see, I'm also going back in and I'm just making sure it's as black as possible so it just doesn't look like I did a half job. And also I'm gonna go in randomly with some even smaller stripes. So I am gonna just finish up the design while I kind of talk to y'all a little bit more about the rest of the design. So of course, the rest of the design is pretty much the same as the original hand that I did. So I just went in with, instead of like the splatter paint, I did black instead of yellow as a base and stuff like that. So here's what I have so far, and then I'm gonna go into the Kill Bill now. So I decided to do the line down the middle because on the cover for the movie, there's like a line and she's standing there like with a sword. So I figured that would be like a good little touch to the nails. And I really wanted to incorporate the whole Kill Bill name. So of course I started to go in with the letters. Definitely take y'all time doing the letters. I've gotten a little bit faster, but this nail set still took me about 3 hours. So don't get into these designs and rush them, especially if they for yourself. Even if it takes you to sit down 2 days, then do it. You know, like who's watching you, who's judging you, and who cares if anybody is. You know, like I know that I'm gonna get judged with the type of nail sets that I do, and I really don't care at this point. I've been doing art for years now, and I've always been different. So at this point, I'm used to it. I am getting used to like how do you wipe comments because it's like I just think it's mediocre to even say that. Like, okay, we're humans. We build houses. We have babies. You know, we work on cars. We can figure out how to fix anything with our hands. And you telling me that somebody can't figure out how to wipe? Like, get a life, grow up. I'm not. I'm just not going for that anymore. Anyway, so yeah, I'm still getting used to like having to ignore that comment because I just think it's so mediocre. But anyway, moving on, I'm gonna go in with that red paint splatter um for this nail as well, and I'm just not gonna do too much because I do still want people to be able to read the letters. And excuse me, after this, I do want to show y'all how I did the 3D smiley faces. It was a last minute decision. So I'm gonna go in with some 3D sculpting gel, and I'm just gonna put like little balls of it on top of the nail, and then I'm gonna go in with my silicone tool, press it down flat, and then I'm gonna start the shape with the other end of that. I'm gonna go on top of it after it's cured. I'm gonna polish it yellow, and I'm gonna cure in the lamp again, and I'm gonna do this twice. This is what it looks like after you do it twice, and then you can go in with your dotting tool and start to create the smiley faces. And that pretty much sums up the tutorial. Of course, you're gonna top coat everything. If y'all would like for me to slow down a little bit, just let me know. But I try to get y'all fast videos because I know that our generation, our attention span is short. It's small. Okay, we be just trying to like, okay, just show me how you did it. Like I'll watch it 5 times before I watch, like a super long video. So if y'all want me to slow it down, just let me know and I will. Here are the finished results. I absolutely love these nails. Everything about these nails is beautiful. And this isn't even what I originally was thinking about doing. I don't know. I had like a freestyle in mind, but once I did the paint splatter, I was like, oh yeah, Kill Bill, SZA, the actual movie, all of that. Got flossed up by you got nails, nails got flossed up from you got nails. Need designs, cartoons hit you got nails, nail sets that last from you got nails. Full set from nail, it went real swell, and you know it's real when your nails don't chill. Stay 6 weeks, don't fall off for real. All you need is the feel, don't skip the bill, ayy. Yeah, yeah.